What a funny noise it's making.
It's talking to us. All engines talk.
What's it saying?
It's saying...
Skitty kip pop pop and the poop poop boom. Skia. Boom boom. Boom boom.
Okay, well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and I am very late making this video, and there's various reasons why. One, I was on DAV for quite a while all of this was going on. Actually, it kind of started just before I left, but that was really, around the time when I did the original video, so whatever. But the main reason, of course, why I'm back again without the facecam, I was going to make this a facecam video, but my camera battery ran out while I was filming that. Of course, at the moment I forgot to recharge it, so I'm back here with, a good old-fashioned Klondike solitaire. But anyway, as you know, here we're going to talk about Michael Dapar again. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but he's better known by the entire world now as both MC Quakes and Roadman Rapper Shaq. The next big meme, just as I said in the last video before he blew up. Just so you know, I was both early and late now, which doesn't really compensate that much, but whatever. I'm here to reanalyze the character of Roadman Rapper Shaq. For character he is. I didn't quite realise he was a character before. I kind of had my suspicions, but to be fair, I'm sure there's some people out there who are actually like him. I guess that I don't know much about the Roadman culture, since I kind of live very far away from that. So, without further ado, of course, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that people have commented before saying, you do realise that my man is a comedian and not a rapper. I suppose, actually, to be fair, he's kind of both. And what I was critiquing last time, I wasn't actually saying that, he was a stupid person or anything like that, really. Well, I kind of did, but not in a mean way, because what I was really commenting on wasn't the fact that, I don't know why it's a thing, it's the fact that he was meme-worthy. And I've been proven right in that regard, because you can see it. You can see how he's become the meme that I thought he was going to. And I even got my brother at one point say, if you can find this thing, because he's got more social media than I do, if you can find any memes on Roadman Rapper Shaq, please tell me, because I really thought he was going to be a meme. And there he is. So, without further ado, let's analyse the video that made Roadman Rapper Shaq the meme that he deserved to be. And that is Fire in the Booth with MC Quakes and Roadman Rapper Shaq. Also MC Shakes, we can't forget him. Credit where credit is due. Like I said, I give credit to everyone now. So if you don't know, Fire in the Booth is a BBC Radio 1 Xtra programme with Charlie Sloth, the guy who had his interview interrupted by Rapper Shaq in the last video that I commented on. So this is the one that really sent Shaq alongside, and I'm surprised that Charlie Sloth agreed to do this. Or maybe this came before. I'm not quite sure what the order of things the way that things go. So let's just get into it. This video contains very strong language and adult themes throughout.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Hey! And can I just point out that immediately, as soon as we start the program, Charlie Sloth has punched the computer screen to activate a sound effect of a police siren. Okay? Nothing wrong with that at the moment. Just bear that in mind. We're going to come back to that later.
Martin! Look who just walked up into the studio!
That's right.
No. And he just did it again. Again. We'll come back to it. At some point. Yes.
That's right.
Man like Quakes in the hood!
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Hey,
You can see how maybe if he wants to start off the program that way, maybe do it a couple of times throughout, maybe before someone starts, rapping, because that's what the program consists of, He brings on these rappers and they do some bars and whatever. That kind of thing. Innocent enough. If he wants to do it before then, before the program starts, maybe at the end, that's kind of fine. Just don't do it every 5 seconds. Please. Please.
B, we're inside, baby.
Hey, it's been a minute. I've been watching you out there do your thing lighting on the streets for a while now, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Position the legs and that. You know what I'm saying? RTV, we're in the building, baby. Rough to buff.
Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention actually is, of course, that is Michael Dapper as well. We mentioned Roadman Rapper Shaq, as the character, of course, mentioned that his brother was MC Quakes, and I didn't realize actually that that this guy actually plays both of these roles. I didn't realize that they weren't only brothers, but they're the same person. So actually, that makes them twin characters actually, which I really, really like. I had the idea to do that a while ago, to start off with something else that I'm going to do on Antimony Lyrics. I'll get onto that at some point or another. That will be for a long time now, but eventually I was going to do something very, very similar. I was going to play twins, because much like Shakespeare, I'm fascinated with the idea of twins, to be honest, and I always wondered what it would be like to have a twin myself. I used to say at quite a young age that there would be photos of me where I'm smiling at the camera, and I would say, that's not me, that's my twin, because I didn't want to be associated with smiling at the camera. I was 6. Cut me some slack. Anyway, moving on. The guy in the background with him is MC Shakes, so they form the duo Shakes and Quakes. But it's really MC Quakes that takes center stage here. So we're going to cut after there's lots of other Roadman stuff where he's less exaggerate than Shaq, but still you can tell that there's a lot of Roadman dialect in there, which you'd kind of expect, but it's not like it's bad grammar or anything, so it's not really interesting. So we're going to skip to the next part where it gets interesting.
Let's do it. It's time for fire in the boot, my G!
Oh, wow. Listen, let's stop. Rah! Man's bringing on the Wiley. Are you ready?
Yeah, you got this.
I listen. Obviously, hold tight, Kano.
Hi,
Listen.
Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hold tight, bruv. Loud that, bruv.
Man picked up his mom and dad, you know.
Don't do that, yeah? Hold tight, Rich 22. Hold tight. You get me?
Hold tight, Timmy.
Hold tight. I'm Francis. Hold tight, Quaku, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in that. New Testament. Yeah,
John the Baptist.
We're ready to go. Oh, snap. Hey, Charlie, we missed the drop. Oh, Charlie, sorry.
Jump in.
No, we can't do that. I need to go back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Charlie, you missed the drop.
So this is kind of, played off for laughs, He kind of starts, the thing starts, 1 minute 39, more or less, and then, he talks for a while and says stuff like, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the kind of thing. The same kind of thing that Shaq does, actually. I see a lot of parallels between Quakes and Shaq, other than the fact that, they're twins. So it's quite interesting, because I also think that Quakes and Shaq are bitter rivals. I think that's also one of the things that's interesting about them, is that they're twins and rivals. That's what's happened. The guy in the background, Shakes, doesn't really do much. He's more of the background person. There's always someone like that in a rap. Not always, but a lot of the time, there's always the person who repeats something that someone's just said, or adds a punchline or something like that. The kind of thing where, for example, if I were to go and say, I'll just say, this is a random rap. The guy says rap the second time would be the other person. This is a random rap. Admiral Akbar says it's a trap. That kind of thing. That's basically what we're talking about here. But then again, the whole idea of you miss the drop. There's no payoff for that line apart from extending the video. There's literally no payoff for that. It just produces annoyance. It's almost, it's not that as annoying as punching the screen and making that police siren for the 12th time, but it's still, it kind of delays things really. It doesn't really come off quite as well. So I don't really like Quakes as much as I like Shaq really, and that's a good point to mention. I do like Shaq. I don't think I made that clear in the last video, but I do. Just so everyone knows.
I know, let's do it though, man. Let's start the thing again.
Give it to me from the just before it drops.
Alright. Let's go, man. Quake's in the building!
Hey!
Shakes in the hazy!
Okay. Let's get this crack-a-lacking.
Right,
Listen,
cool.
I'm not even gonna talk too much. Shh. Bro. Yeah. All right, not even gonna talk too much. I want to get the drop this time. Can you turn up my headphones a bit? Like, I need a bit of volume, Charlie. All right, let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Ha! Lawson. I ran for the bus.
One for the bus.
But I missed it. So I sat at the bus stop. And I chewed the biscuit. Digestive. It got digested. With no milk. Brother, my top is silk. I saw the girl of my dreams. She was sitting in creams. This year we are gone clear. Like white underwear. With no skid marks. I sleep with my teddy bear. Alright, listen, Charlie, bro, where's the glass and that? The drum kit, bro. The drum kit's and that. You know what I'm saying? Man's moving like a work experience DJ, Charlie. I need it quick. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday was your birthday yesterday. I'm not finished.
You can tell that Charlie Sloth is trying to drown them out. Where he just starts punching the screen again. Like going, mad! He's secretly going, alright, that's enough. You've humiliated me enough. This is where we stop. I will say, one thing that I do like about Quakes, well, actually two things I like about Quakes. One of them is his voice. Michael Dapar gives him a different voice, the kind of voice like this, where he speaks in this form. It sounds like this, it sounds like he could do it this, from the very day he was born. I don't know. See, this is where I just get improvisation from. This is why I'm not on this. So that's the thing. His voice is different to Shaq's, which immediately gives him an individual character instead of, because when you're playing two characters that do the exact same thing, it's hard to vary them. I mean, I'm guilty of that myself. I mean, when I've got similar characters, I kind of base them on the same thing. Or if I've got a character, or I've got two characters that have been undefined and don't have a name, sometimes I'll make them play the same character. It's easy to fall into that trap and not be able to give so much of a backstory or individuality to every characters. So the fact that, he's varied the voice at least. And also Quakes, I feel like, is better at rapping than Shaq. I think he still is very, it's very funny as well, but he's, and is kind of, I would say maybe, I'd say he's got better rhymes, actually. He's got better rhymes, but it still keeps the goofiness, whereas Shaq doesn't have the rhymes and it's actually goofier because he does a lot of filling. I have a guy in college who actually did something similar recently, where whenever he would stop and realize that he's not in tune or something like that, or not in time with the music, he'll just go ha ha for a couple of seconds and then go back into it. It was quite interesting given that he had a script in front of him. But whatever, that's just what happened. And actually, you know what, that same guy actually was doing a bit of a rendition of a bit of this video at one point. But we'll get to that later, because obviously you know that this is building up to the eventual meme, which we'll get to at the very, very end.
The beast. Oh, yeah, one more, yeah.
Man's a bit loose off the goose from yesterday. No, you are Charlie, man.
What do you want? Tell me what you need.
I need it like the second drop, just before.
What's going on?
Fam, serious. You're not taking this serious, Man's giving you a big opportunity. I'm bringing you up to your final, but you're not taking this serious, bro.
No, listen.
Quakes, what you doing?
No, you're not taking this serious, bro.
Charlie.
I don't know what to
You
say.
see the way that you're talking to me? Yeah, bruv. Relax,
What do you mean, bro?
you're not really built like that, Charlie.
I am built like that,
bruv. You got your name. You got the same name as an author, Charles Dickens, and that. Allow it, Charlie.
Bro, listen.
Do you understand what I'm
You're not
saying?
taking it serious, bro.
What's that book that we read in secondary school, Of Mice and Men?
Don't have it.
By Charles Dickens.
Listen,
Charlie.
bro, you know what?
Another thing about Quakes that doesn't work, and that works with Shaq, is the fact that that Quakes kind of laughs at his own jokes. Of Mice and Men by Charles Dickens. Yeah, and just has a little chuckle to himself. That doesn't work, really. If you laugh at your own joke, it doesn't always come off as effectively. And that's why I think Shaq is better, because when he says something, or when he does any of his grammar things, the reason that I was so convinced the first time was the fact that he just looks like a lost child. He just looks adorable when he messes up. That's how it works. So I'm sorry, Quakes, but what you're doing is not sufficient.
Ooh, I linked up with my gazer.
Gazer.
Old type Mo.
Mo.
I need to do this bit again, Charlie. I need
no.
to do it again. I need to do it again. I need to do it again.
I think we just move on, you know.
No, we can't still. I had the vibe for it.
There was no vibe there, bro. I don't know what you're listening to. That wasn't great.
You can tell that this is being played up because he's literally done the exact same thing he did the first time. That doesn't work. Stop. And you were in queue as well. He was literally in queue. Whatever.
Now we need to get people talking about it. I'm talking about millions, bro. Now you have to send for someone.
There he is. There is the man himself. I don't think he's going to do the thing right now, but he will get into it eventually. Let's just see what he does first, because that is also quite good.
Obviously, I'm alone right now, but you know, every day,
Yeah.
man say squadded it up.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
So
Ask me.
What?
Squadded it up.
What did it?
Bruv.
But a man like Shaq fire the booth, yeah?
Shaq.
Roadman,
Alright.
Shaq, you know?
We don't even laugh.
Are you ready for this, G, yeah?
Come on, man's born ready. And... Okay. Boom.
And of course, the problem with Shaq is that, unlike Quakes and Shakes, he does the exact same thing all the time. That eventually played to his favour, but remember the track from last video? Yeah, that's what he uses. Let's see.
Big Shaq. Ota Asni. Scoop no. Rat no. Usna. Ota the girl them as well. Boom. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3 quick maths.
Okay, you get the idea. He starts off doing the exact same things he did last time. But let's just skip forward a bit, and I will show you the bit that is new, because he's added more to it. At least that has changed. And what he's added has made him go down in meme history.
On the road doing 10 toes. Lama toes. You man 4, I froze. I see a pen girl, then I pose. If she's not on it, I ghost. Ha! Look at your nose. What? You look at your nose. Nose long like garden hose. Shh. Boom. Yo. God. The thing goes skrrrr. Pop, pop, tap, tap, tap. Skitty kid pop, pop. And the poop, poop, boom. Skia. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You done know.
And there it is. There it is. I feel like my work is done. There's another 21 minutes of this video, or sorry, 10 minutes. There's another 10 minutes of this video. So I don't need to comment that. That's just a thing. You know, they get Quakes back in, and you know, you get his funny facial expression when he mentions that Shaq is still outside. That's basically it. I don't think Shaq appears again. In fact, nope, he doesn't. Nope, he doesn't. So yeah. So that's it. And from that improvisation alone, or I don't even know what it was, maybe it was planned, I don't know at this point. I have no idea, but from that have spawned countless memes. I'm going to show you my absolute favourite one at the moment.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
Skitty kid pop pop. And the poop, poop, boom. Skia. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
But I actually remember that episode. I watched it in Spanish, but I still know where it's from. That is brilliant. I love it. I love Roadman Rapper Shaq as well. This guy, he's got better. Even his rapping has even stepped up from last time. So even from a point of view, if he were an actual person, he would still be better at rapping now than he was then. Because that bit before was terrible. But that bit, I mean, it had good flow. It didn't have anything. So, you know what? I'm okay with him. And like I said, he has become the meme that he deserved to be. As of 1 day later that I am making this video, or that I was originally recording the audio, a YouTuber that I follow, a certain Pyrocynical, has used a clip that he has made himself of this meme himself. I'd like to share that right now.
The thing goes skitty kick pop pop, and the boom 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 boom. Skia, boom 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 boom. You done know.
Also, I think it's worth mentioning that yesterday there was 2 people at my college who literally were talking about this same meme in the library. We were on computers. I was on one side of them, they were on the other. They were talking about it, you know, doing the whole skia thing, etc., you know, that kind of thing. All the usuals. And then they looked at me and thinking, was I hearing them? I was, but I had headphones on, so I just pretended to be minding my own business. And they said something like, he kind of looks like the guy who made it. No, I don't. No, I really don't. My cheekbones are way too small to look like a lost child, which I deeply regret. And look at me in my music videos. I have a moustache. And with that, I conclude with the Roadman Rapper Shaq saga or whatever. I might do I was going to do my own version of it. Like I said, I was going to do a pretend diss on him or something like that in the last episode. But it's 7:45 at night at the moment, Friday evening. I don't really want to do much at the moment. So I'm just going to conclude there. Thanks everyone for watching. And like I said, I don't hate Shaq. I do, in fact, like Michael Dapper quite a lot. Quakes is but Shaq is where the memes are. And with that, I will leave you. Until next time, farewell.
Big Shaq. Yo, yeah. Alright. Fire in the booth. You get me? Man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. The girl told me, take off your jacket. I said, babes, man's not hot. Yo, man can never be hot. Perspiration thing. Links effect.